Team captains, come gather your people on your different color vehicle and rally them towards your command center. All right, here we go. Go to your pod groups, crew. Make sure you have a coffee if you're eating a snack. And let's get started on our first activity. Into the pods. Wellness, we'd like to comfortable by the end. Social preservation will be in the cubicles in the back of the table. We've got freedom and business and reading centers. And then we've got our tech groups sending us over to your LSA or and then just super over there. And then we have the medical people that have beautiful canopies with hyacinth. Quiet process. Social indicators, you're going to do it on in the quiet pause in the back.
Hello. We're live. Relax. What up, tech group? Tech group gets the techiest tech.
Yes, techie techs, yeah.
Look at my bingo card.
So who's on the other side here? Like a live stream on the internet?
We're watching on YouTube.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. Oh, okay. Hello, YouTubes.
Yeah, I don't think anybody knows to watch yet, but it'll get us. The goal is to automate production of like shorts and stuff. So
Nice.
we're testing out Riverside.
All right, first activity on your pods again is to draw, not write, draw what Healthspan and Already looks like.
I want to hear more about that.
Together, you guys are presenting to the big group. So I know this is a bit of an interesting entry and introduction to today. The formal introduction will happen in about 7 minutes, so let's try to giddy up and get some drawing on the ground, some collective work together, drawing one united photo or, again, visual of what Healthspan and longevity looks like.
Any no words allowed or just pictures?
I want to put a constraint and try just pictures. Just pictures, yeah. Just pictures. No words, just pictures. Pictures of Healthspan and longevity. What does it look like on paper?
That's all fine. I'm pretty bad at going myself. Yeah. Should we like all go on the same side, or should we like draw it out in the middle and like have it all? I think we can combine it. Yeah. I think we have that here. Yeah. Okay. So. Okay.
Oh no, this is not working.
I like it.
Oh, you'll see.
I'm just gonna get this stuff set.
Healthspan, nutrition. I feel like
I'm going to set my timer. We've got from here 5 minutes. We're leaking into our actual programming. So far we're good. 5 minutes. Time starts officially now to have, again, a visual drawing, collective drawing of Healthspan and longevity.
This is pretty bad now.
Hi.
Yes, that's what I was going with. Yeah, please.
My name's Dan Fox. What's yours? And my favorite part of the week was working with my clients. We're working on a script right now. If you're recovering next guy, for real. But like draw just like in play.
Can I draw a mountain?
Mountain. Now it's like
The journey.
Yes.
martial artist, farmer. I'll leave it up.
With the river and stuff like that?
Yeah.
And then did it at school days? Oh wow, that's the worst hand ever.
I started with my sleep time. It was just like not drinking coffee.
You can put mushrooms. I'm a mushroom gal.
Nice, yes. Too much. That's very helpful.
Not very good to feel better.
Oh, that's so bad.
Online.
Yeah. How can I do that better? Yeah, how can I get salvage that?
That's wonderful. You really did great.
Do you mind if I like add more crazy?
Here and really.
Yeah.
They're doing something. They're connecting. There's some synapses or something.
Is this like a collective drawing or is it individual drawing?
Yeah, some neurons.
You're in neuroscience.
Aren't we all? Aren't we?
We are, yeah. Yeah, we're all in the prefrontal cortex. Yeah.
This is your. Yeah, definitely get some neurons in there. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
And don't forget the density fines, my mycelium sheets.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
Did you go for lunch?
Oh, yes.
There you go, baby.
So far, the tech
Gotta have a little
group
bit.
is crushing it with the most amount of pen to paper, marker to paper. I see some empty paper so far, a lot of deliberation. So very interesting to see how we're coming around to get something on the paper. It's very cool.
I like spirals. I'm into spirals these days. I don't know what it is. There's something really special about them.
Yes, the spiral.
The spiral.
Everything is a revolution
Yeah.
that comes back around, and then you improve a little bit each time.
People still know how do you do chakras and stuff like that.
Yes, the chakras. Yes.
Oh yeah, get the chakras in there. Space between. You got a meditating person there already.
I don't even know what this is. I mean,
You better get some stuff down on the paper soon, guys. There you go. Touch me, man. It's good to see you.
The guys.
Spread. Get your own spread.
Okay. It's like Julian has a very particular pace of running people. Okay, we can maybe draw something running.
She's the best. I went and looked at everyone.
1 more minute left. 1 more minute, and get ready to present what you draw.
We're under the gun here.
Oh, I like that. Is that a mushroom?
It is.
Yes. Yes.
We have the food, we have the
Oh my
tree,
God.
we have
I don't know what else do we.
Yeah, we covered
So
everything,
good.
guys.
We got a heart there. Say like, let's add more people. Because running alone, that ain't healthy. Like it's like,
Yeah.
let's get our tribe going.
Exactly.
Synchronicity is high over here.
Okay. Get in the rings, John.
Oh, nice. You know what I'm here to do. You know what I'm here to do.
spirals.
Yes, spiral. Yes.
Oh,
Like that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. You need a watch? Get a watch on. Yeah. You could have some wires coming out. It's like little like trackers or something. It's like,
feel like this. Like I actually now know based on.
Got a smartphone in his hand while he's meditating.
or you get a muse band on.
Yes.
You know?
The music.
Smart band, smart band.
Perfect.
Nice.
There we go. Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
All right, everyone, start wrapping it up. And
You get
stuff that you want to put on paper.
Get a vagus nerve stimulator.
When we present.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
You can
go.
Yeah. The biometric.
The mind is connected to the laptop
Yes.
or something.
Yeah.
Slowly shut. Slowly shut.
Yeah. Outside on the rings. You're actually hanging in the jungle.
Yes.
There you go. There you go.
Okay.
We are in the matrix now.
Yeah, these guys can all be like connected. Okay, whoever's talking the most, I implore you to do sound effects.
All right. Meditation is
Perfect.
Yeah.
Put the paper in the center.
We'll put it around them.
Sit around there. I think just like put them in the center,
Yeah.
and they also just
Right now I'm kind of navigating.
On the cloud. Oh, I see the cloud.
It's not too late. It's not too late.
Is the cloud is like this thing, or it's like that kind of?
You have the wires. You have the wires going in.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, big
Basically
cloud.
connects to your membranes and stuff.
Yes. Okay.
I don't know when it's going to be. Yeah.
Yeah, just do it. Yeah. All right, and then find your seats, everyone. All right, business crew, come on into the center, find your spots. Hopefully we have enough chairs. If not, we can get cushions and make a big circle. Got a seat right over here. There's 2 more seats over there. Fill it in, come on. Made it, we're here. Wow, super amazing to see everyone here today. And just wanting to set the tone with some breathing. So with all that beautiful energy of collaboration, it's nice to come back to center, our own center as well, since we have to share that energy. So before we get going, let's close our eyes. And just taking slow breaths through the nose. And longer exhale through the mouth. Let's try it again, nice and slow through the nose. Longer exhale. Last one. Slow, deep, fill your lungs all the way to the base, sitting super tall. Hold the breath. And sign out. Welcome to Beacon Mastermind number 2. My name is Julian. I will be your gracious host, MC, and lead for our session today, which will go up to 4:30. What I want to share with us today is collective vitality. The gatherings, as I've had this year, have showcased collective vitality And it is a beacon in my mind to what gatherings, networking sessions can be more of. I would love to share in terms of the PowerPoint I have, so hopefully we can get something online. We'll do that. But I reached out to each of you, and you've been reached out because there's a light inside of you. There's a light, a brightness, aka a beacon. A beacon that shines, that I recognize and see. And I see that it is a beacon to the community and the people that you interact with. Whether you know it explicitly or feel it implicitly. It's important that we all understand that and that we're all here united because of the brightness and the work that we do and when we see things moving in terms of health, wellness, longevity. You are mission-driven human beings and you uphold the morale and purpose. And I feel a yearning for unity, hence why you showed up here today. You don't shy away from the chance to build a community, and you see camaraderie as opposed to competition. Competition is healthy, it's necessary. It drives me for sure. For those who don't know, I'm a crazy hardcore ultra marathoner, so definitely someone who loves the idea of competition. But it's not in competition with each other. You go long enough in a race where you realize, I'm not competing with the person next to me. I need that person to get through this epic mountain, through these 100 miles. I'm in competition with myself and also with the terrain, the environment, the surroundings that are constantly bombarding. And I think of the same thing here. If we're looking on a time scale as we approach the future from every passing moment, to be able to see long term and to know that we're all moving through a mountain or an epic journey, we need camaraderie, we need people along the way. We can't see them as competition, maybe playfully, but there's many other forces acting on us and against us, slowing us down, acting as obstacles. And so when we see each other and the beacon brightness within each other, I want you to see each other as opportunities today. Opportunities to expand your light because together, we shine brighter together, okay? So, I think that there's a lot of dream work in this field, a dream of us creating a collective vitality globally. And it may not be very clear to us right now, but stuff like this is what makes the dreams a reality. And we're literally walking through it and making that happen. So, from my heart to yours, I thank you with so much gratitude because we are doing the work just by being here. Runner show. The runner show for today. Let's see. All right, we've gone through this interesting game, arriving and coming together into our pod groups. I wanted to start with a bit more of a playful approach to an icebreaker, and some groups did stuff, and then some groups did other stuff. But that in itself is one thing that I wanted to share about Beacon and today's overarching theme of perspectives. So when you see the logo here up top, I explained this and shared this in the first Mastermind. When you see the symbol next to Beacon, the words, what do you see? And feel free to just shout out like a word. What is that logo? What do you see?
See light.
Together.
Light, yeah. Together?
Star.
Star.
4 people.
4 people, okay.
A collective making one.
Okay. 2 more?
2 snowmen kissing.
That's all I see.
Or snowmen kissing.
4 snowmen kissing.
I do you guys see 4 people and the data between them creates the AI symbol in the middle? Kind of like a Gemini.
All right.
Like a star. Yeah.
All right. Well, with all those answers, they are all correct. So just in that activity and in what we've interpreted down and put from our interpretation of the activity to paper, a big part of perspectives is hearing each other's perspectives. And that's the win. That's the win. Whatever anyone says, whatever anyone wants to put out and project as what they see as the logo or on the ground here with our papers, it's all valid. As long as you're saying something. As long as you're putting something forward and contributing. And that's a huge part to the culture of community, is that you're contributing. You're not sitting back and watching and waiting. Yes, there's times for that, but a big part of it is contribute. And that in itself gives permission to everyone else to contribute their ideas and feel safe about this. So a big part of my responsibility as a leader here is to be that container for you all, so that when you're expressing yourselves, your opinion, your ideas, is that everything is valid. Because when we think there's right and wrong to it, which humankind has thought many things right, and many things have turned out wrong, you learn over and over and over that all of that is experience. And that's what continues to inform our movement forward. And that is an alignment factor that we can all rally towards, that you're contributing towards something. And that there's no right or wrong, of course, unless you're harming people, but you know what I'm getting at, okay? Moving on to the agenda. As you can see, we're going to go through lots of activities, and a big part of Beacon and the formation of the title or the name of this company is of many. Be in kinship, be akin, kinesiology, kinetics. That to me is a nod to North American indigenous and their ceremonial saying after a gathering, all my relations. Has anyone heard of that saying? So after a ceremonial activity, could be a gathering in a temazcal or a sweat lodge or some sort of group prayer or food, we say all my relations. And that's, again, a nod to having kinship to everything, everyone, everywhere. The universality of it all. It's also a reminder that we're part of this universal family. And it's not just a worldview about interconnectedness. It's about harmony. And coming together, putting our minds to create these drawings, and what we will co-create today is that harmony. And the energy and the buzz that we all feel in this beautiful space, Pluto, is all towards putting and contributing this collective vitality energy out into the world. And hopefully it resonates outwards on a different kind of frequency. Now, for some of you who may not align or understand or appreciate that type of talk, be open-minded. I'm speaking in these kinds of ways, and I'm going to shift my verbiage and terminologies from different realms. Because I also realize and I see the holistic in all of us. Some of us have highly developed mental realms through science, through the West. Some of us very Eastern traditions and practice through that lens. Some of us engineering, nuts and bolts, need to know the how and why what we do. And some of us in the spiritual, emotional realms. So I'm going to do my best to make sure that we have verbiage and language that we can all kind of coalesce with and understand. And I want all of our holistic sides to come out, okay? So that's a bit of the culture as well of how we want to progress forward. Another deeper thing beyond proactive healthcare piece, which is what I'll get to later, is this saying of a brighter way forward. A brighter way forward, and speaking to the indigenous, is the work that we do isn't aimed at the right now. Yes, it is directly, but they believe seven generations. So what we do now will affect, and hopefully will affect, in a positive way, 7 generations from now. So of course, not our kids, our grandkids, great-grandkids, but so on and so forth. So the ripple effect of the work that we're doing now, as a context to the work that we're doing now, spans over time. And I think that if we can pace our way towards our actions today, that they will sink into the future. That's where I think that the work we need to do now is right way forward for generations to come. So if we can frame the work that we're doing and not be selfish within our lifetime, I think that we are all winners in our family and our lineage. That's what makes this much more impactful in my mind. Vision, vitality for all. So in our current generation, I'm hoping that we can create a collective approach to vitality for all. Increased healthspan is already happening. Our current beacon in this mission for longevity is clear, blue zones. Blue zones are a clear example of the fact that we're already on the path. So it's not something that's so far-fetched. Achieving healthspan, which is quality of years of your life, as opposed to lifespan, the number of years, the total number of life years, that's already happened. People are already doing the work. There is evidence that we can live better longer. The main thing that we're dealing with right now is the costs of modernity. The way that we choose to live our lives in these material worlds, in urban centers, is unfortunately causing mortality at a faster rate. It is declining our quality of health and life, and what Dr. Peter achieves as the four horsemen. So our top four, can we name what are our top four causes to a poor quality of life? Anyone?
Here.
Think heart disease. Yes, that's one. Did anyone do their homework and watch the video? So neurodegenerative disease, cancer, metabolic disease, diabetes, lifestyle diseases. Those are the top four. And that comes from, again, the result of modernity and our dependence on a lot of superficial things that we are over-consuming. So we have a clear problem. We have also clear solutions that are happening in real time. And so I don't see this as a huge problem if we were to really stretch it out. It's gonna happen. We're gonna achieve living better for longer within our lifetime. And we've already done it. We've already doubled our age in the last, let's say, 100 years, right? There's proof, it's gonna happen. So now it's a matter of being a bit more specific about it and course correcting, guiding collectively how we can move through that together. So I just want us to be able to better be equipped to handle the ups and downs, like, for example, the pandemic, right? And we built systems for that, because it's really shaken us, some for more and some for better. Championing. Beacon will do its part to provide health and longevity to the general public through its own programming, protocols, and services. But to me, the extra work is social impact. I believe we're brighter together, and that when we venture into a new challenge, the more clarity we will receive and we will achieve. Alignment is key, and it's clear to me that there are blind spots and dark corners that we must investigate. And part of that mission is for all of us to first come together and then shine that brightness that we all have into areas that we may not be seeing. So we'll be talking about those blind spots today. Do you guys identify with these words? Balance, evolution, kinetic, integrity, and nurture. Because I for sure do. I mean, I put this together because I thought that people in this room somehow identify with it. Think in your mind which one you identify with the most. And save that for later. Because it's going to be on your bingo card. And see if you can match up with someone that has the same. All right. longevity economy is already in the trillions, accounting for about 6% of GDP. This is US fact. Human performance or human augmentation is a niche that's expected to grow into the trillions 10 years from now. So these industry categories are no longer fad-driven or feel-good markets. They are cultural and economically transformative. So we're playing in fields and industries that are already being invested in monetarily, but also just overall energy, time, resource. So Beacon is where we play here, and I know that everyone else here plays that. This full spectrum approach bridges training and treatment, individuals to groups, creating to consuming. The goal is to interconnect, and we're here to create an integrative model, not just methods, siloed and fragmented. We want to bring together some really brilliant ideas and make it as effective and efficient as possible in its dissemination through these industries. Let's give you guys a bit of time to absorb this slide. The point of sharing this right now is the Peter Tia video. I mean, he is our lead in terms of global longevity research. And he talks about medicine 2.0 to 3.0. From treatment to preventative to what I believe will be predictive. What are predictive technologies? From generic 2.0 to personalized right now to anticipatory. From siloed to integrated to now tech optimized, AI informed. Ecosystems, which is one way that I also describe Beacon. Our step-by-step approach right now is to unite us leaders in these fields, which is why I divided us up into these pod groups. The next is to create a community, which hasn't really been formal right now, but it's going to come. And finally, a big part of it is to develop an open source platform so that as we adventure through the race of life, the ultra-marathon race of life, we are no longer competing with each other, but we realize that the journey itself is so heavy-duty, so strong that we need to share resources. In a long distance race, about 80 miles in, if I see someone on the side walking, and I know that they are cramping up, I'm going to salt hill for them, because I want them to come along with me. Because I know that I'm going to need them in the future as well. So sharing resources is really, really important. And I think that when we adventure so fast and far into this world, we're going to need help along the way. So I want all of us to see each other as allies, as comrades on this journey. Again, not competitors. And be open with what you create and share. I think gone will be the days of gatekeeping. That's just a mindset that's going to take us into a world that we kind of see as darker, as not taking us to a brighter place. So with gatekeeping and exclusivity in mind, I think there's some importance to it, but I think overall, sooner than later, we're going to have to let go of that system, that mindset. Pioneering a longevity ecosystem that integrates proactive health training, education, and community innovation. This is it, community innovation. What we want to do is create initiatives, first being the experiential ecosystem, so the Masterminds falls in that category of the experiential ecosystem. Then we've got education certification. My aim is to relabel what many of us practitioners here in this room are. So the whole wellness group, a lot of us are trainers, coaches. Well, how do we label each other? You're known as maybe a functional trainer, you're maybe known as an aesthetic bodybuilding trainer, but when you hear movement is medicine, and we can agree movement is medicine, what does that make us? Those movement practitioners. Are we the new doctors?
Frontline doctors.
Hmm?
Frontline doctors.
Frontline doctors, yeah, exactly. So I want to be able to create a system where we have education and certification to help everyone recognize what that is. what the frontline doctors are. And you're among some of these new frontline doctors today, which is really exciting. And then finally, consulting and program design. I know a lot of our minds are brilliant in disseminating the information, so it's about building that system. People who are operating companies and understand the backside and the support systems that's necessary to carry through and carry out the work of the frontline doctors, that's really, really critical. So again, I'm seeing this on many, many levels, and I'm sure you guys do too. Many of us are business owners and operate or have started businesses, so you know that it takes many levels and many minds of expertise to get to an end goal. So that's what we're going to help sort of curate along the way next year. Thank you for listening and also joining the WhatsApp group. We're going to use that as our hub, our comms hub, so we can continue to connect away from IRL, and we'll be able to share content and all that stuff through that. So communication and platforming is really, really key. Just makes things much more efficient. Hashtags, Vitality for All, Lifelong Performance Proactive Healthcare, and contributing ideas, referrals, and research is what we're looking for. All right. Well, thank you for listening to me share what Beacon is. I hope it kind of paints a picture, but most of the work in terms of my presentation is usually in the action. So what we're experiencing today is a big part of the work that Beacon will continue to rally and co-create together. So before we continue on to the next part of it, I would love to bring voices to these drawings. So what I'm going to do is pass the mic to a lead, maybe a captain or whoever wants to represent their team. You can pass the mic, and we're going to take just a minute to share what you draw to the group. Okay?
So yeah, we are from the tech side. So we created a bunch of stuff from the skies. Oh. So yeah, we made a bunch of stuff through tech, through cloud, through membranes, through smiley faces, and we have a lot of stuff where I think it makes it feel that okay, this is what longevity means to us. Basically combining the tech side and the humor side, and also the spirals made by Tyler. And yeah, for that also I want to let the members also speak, like what they see when they do it. So, you want to? Yeah.
I'm Zach. So this is a guy meditating, and that's the energy that's being generated and kind of like symbolized. I don't think that we would necessarily look it up. And then you got some AR glasses. He's got his cell phone that's just connecting with data, so it's logging the meditation probably. And then yeah, this is a guy hanging off rings. That's a really cheap way to get good exercise in nature. That's the sunlight, gets you nature exposure. And we got AI Cloud here, so it's got the AI brain crunching the stuff, and yeah, that's me.
Sure, Chrissy here. This was a collective brain dump, but I think we are all aligned on how we're feeling. So it was a kind of a collection of nutrition, our mental state, and mental health, community-based, as well as the outdoors. So for what I also contributed here is I feel there's the physiology and physical side, but there's also the mental side. So we have our neural networks and neurons here connecting all of our feelings, which are extremely important, and the future. So we have, looking into the future, our dreams of interconnectivity across all of these fields. And we also fit in, for me, what's very important was the concept of the mountains and also the physical mountains. So being outdoors, challenging yourself and being your next step, but it being a journey across different points, not just one endpoint.
Nice.
And then just to finish it off here, Christina, and I just added some food because I think nutrition is really important. I think whatever you put into your body, it energizes you, but also I think contributes to a healthy lifestyle. And I also added a whole bunch of physical activities, one runner. I also added some tennis and some skiing and biking. So yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you. Pass it off to the next group.
How's it going, everybody? I'm super excited to be here just to be around people. Okay, so we're like a health group, and I was thinking of the theme is kind of like peace, love, and harmony, and the love is obviously the center, which drives a lot of what we do, heart-centered when we're in right alignment with self and others. And then the peace side is the circle with the two lines down at the bottom and the one coming up. And then I'm going to pass it along to my new friend here to explain more. It's very exciting.
Yeah, I'll just preface with, we started off with like a cool brainstorming session where we're like, how do we do this? And then just named out words. And then from words, we had a draft. And then from the draft, we just put everything on paper. So I think that was really cool how the collective built this. And then to add on, so the peace sign creates the segment, but then that segment actually creates three things: the mind, the body, and the soul. So that is a way of creating peace to bring heart-centeredness to the world. And then once you have that sense of alignment, you can see these little pulses of energy that radiate to bring harmony and cohesion to everything. And then the heartbeats, so it all connects into, we're all trying to create unity so we can create love for everyone, so we can create that all throughout.
Go to the next group, maybe the David's group.
Hi everyone, we're the business group. So we had a couple of concepts here. The first one was just about winning the geriatric Olympics. So being able to really be fit, be active, be winning, and have a lot of mobility and exercise, and clearly not seeing any boundary around age. And I'll let David explain the other two.
So then we talked about collaboration, connectivity in business. So we talked about connectivity through AI, through various tools, and then just enabling each other to use tech devices in our connectivity, right? So Oura Rings, apps, and all the other new tech that's out there to help us understand where our health is at the time. And then connecting all those together and finding a way to get all that information to people. And then also we talked about, COVID separating everyone and really creating that social interaction. So that's where the business comes into play. And, just like, for example, we're all sitting in a small business right now. So without the leaders that would have Adam here sitting here, we wouldn't be sitting in this room. So having that connectivity and bringing people together on a social aspect is really important. That's sort of where we got more words than pictures, but we've had that information.
All right. Emily's group, social innovation.
Hi everyone, my name is Emmeline. We are the social innovation group. It started, we also had a bit of a brainstorm, really took the time to introduce ourselves and where we're coming from today, to kind of get an understanding of the different perspectives we're all bringing in our group. And that brought us to really the connection of these different nodes that everybody is coming from and coming together for this afternoon, with our mother node in the middle of love and connection.
Wonderful. Amen.
Yeah, I mean, to expand on all that, the individual nodes, you can think of the individual people, and those connecting lines, everybody's isolated, and our topic of social innovation, we do believe that loneliness is one of the leading causes to the degeneration, but also can be one of the best solutions for the capacity of human flourishing. And so, similar to what Julian was saying, is that it's that capacity for us to actually be more interconnected, to collaborate, to co-create, that we can alleviate the stresses of trying to do life itself in isolation, where we're bearing the pressure and the burden of figuring out this whole thing called life on our own. Whereas you have that 1,000-pound gorilla distributed off one person's shoulders across 10, that overall load of stress gets distributed, so too does the ability for life to emerge.
Great.
Hi everyone, I'm Healthspan, and we talked about exercise and going to the doctor. That's important. Brendan, do you want to talk a bit more about this side of the page?
So I'll just put 4 elements: sun, moon, water, fire. Very crucial. Julian mentioned the zones. These are all integral globally. So I would recommend that language. And then just the infinity sign. Wherever someone is, there's always room for the next evolution. So it doesn't matter where you are, just keep on evolving and more so into infinity.
What I'd love to do next is we're going to each take a mic and share who we are and maybe your title so that we can approach and talk and get a small little clue on our bingo card or who we might need to meet to check all the boxes on that. Of course, timing-wise, we want to maximize. So just be mindful of your talking time, for 30 seconds. Share your name, share your title, your role, and then one thing that makes you feel really alive. Maybe we could say this week. One thing that made you feel really alive this week. Build your life energy. Okay.
Hi guys, my name is Abhi, short for Manu. I think for me, tech side is like I've been in this space for 9 years, so for tech and help to find my career, that's where my expertise or my passion comes from. This year I also ran an ultra marathon, that was my first time. And I think Jordan and I have been together for almost 4.5 years as this has been my trainer. Before that I was not running, I was not doing anything, just junk food. So this has been a good change for me, and what makes me alive is, I think this week was when my 2 big dogs and jumped on me in the morning when I was about to wake up, and I also recently got a cat. So I'm a big animal person as well, so yeah, maybe the future of ours, so you never know. But yeah, I think the thing that brought me here today was meeting people, like-minded people who are in the same space as me. And yeah, getting to learn more from you guys, but if anybody wants to talk about tech, 24/7, I'm here. But I'm also looking to learn from other people as well, from other backgrounds. That's why I'm here. Thank you.
My name is Zach, so I'm an app developer. I'm trying to found my own organization. I'm working on a health app that helps you with chronic illness. So it's helping people who discover solutions for natural lifestyle benefits that help with their chronic illness to be recommended to other people with the same issues. So that's what I'm working on. And I'm also into AI, so I'm going to be teaching some AI stuff here eventually, hopefully. And I want to collaborate with people. I really love the open source thing. I think that everything needs to open up, and we need to collaborate, and we need to see each other as collaborators. We're all working on the same big problems, so we want to see what are you focusing on. I'm looking over here. Let's see how that bridges, right? So one thing that makes me alive is music. I'm a musician. I did a performance here the other day, and it was amazing. Everybody who played here was great, so if you ever want to come to a musical event, just check out Pluto. I'm going to have a musical health category in my app, so play music for your cognitive benefit.
Hi everyone, Christy. I'm a trained neuroscientist, also have a background in kinesiology. and I also dabbled in an AI startup. Now I'm a co-founder of two health and wellness brands. One of them is for nootropic supplements, for all about having your best mind and mood. And the other one is about finding your best and healthy energy. So in terms of something that makes me feel alive, actually this week I've been heads down working really hard. This is kind of cheesy, but I feel really alive in this moment. So I'm really happy to be here to chat with you all. Also, like I mentioned, I love nature, I love being outdoors, so that gives me a lot of energy as well. I do have a future plan to build really help with health advocacy and having people really take ownership in their own journey of living their best life and understanding their health. And yeah, so if anyone wants to chat about that and in health and tech, I'm all here for that too.
Hi everybody, my name is Christina. I am a software developer and most of my experience is in AI. I previously, when I did my master's, it was in computer vision, but right now at work I'm doing mostly natural language processing. And yeah, what makes me feel really alive this week, I did some karaoke last night, and that was really fun because that was like a whole bunch of like togetherness, and I felt like I could be silly, and it was like nobody was judging, and I'm a really bad singer. So yeah.
What would you sing?
I'm singing Riptide. It was very fun. I love Riptide.
You have the mic right now.
Okay. Hey everyone, my name is Marie Bodine. I'm a human performance coach. If you have a brain in your head, I can help you make it work better. And I do that through positive intelligence coaching. I'm a Wim Hof Method Advanced instructor, and my most alive moment was facilitating a 10-round breath class here this past Wednesday with a custom playlist, and I get obsessed with playlists. So if you want a playlist for anything, I will probably want to make it for you.
Well, I'm Andrew Day. I'm also her twin. We are both breathwork and performance coaches. But yeah, for me, I've done this space for two reasons. I use breathwork to improve people's psychology and physiology because I was hampered in both. Growing up, I had really bad asthma, never run longer than 2 kilometers. So using breathwork for about a year, went from not running 2 kilometers to running my first half marathon and then more.
All these runners.
I think it's a byproduct of being and then secondarily, I used to also help train my own mind. I grew up in a very low-income, poverty-stricken household, and I always felt like I was a smart person, but there was a lot of like mental lactate in my mind that prevented me from using the power in my mind. So then breathwork, meditations, visualizations allowed me to clear out that lactate, if you may, to then help improve my mind, help myself think. So I just took all those insights, backed it also with some cool neuroscience practices, performance psychology, and then I teach this to other people. And a fun thing that brought me alive, I'll choose something non-work related. On yesterday, a couple friends came in from Miami and I brought them to one of my favorite restaurants called Muay Thai Bar in Toronto. It is insanity. Have the grilled beef on rice with an onsen egg. It is, oh my God. That brought me too much Muay Thai tea. Yeah, it's
put that in the group. Like all foodies, there's a lot of foodies here.
Yes, please go. You will not regret it.
Hello, my name is Ola, without H. I'm a personal trainer and a strength coach. The two things that made me feel alive this week both have to do with strength training. One was squatting, I don't remember how much it was, but a lot of weight that made me feel very strong because my journey started with being borderline anorexic and just being in a very dark place with fitness and health. And the second thing that made me very happy this week was coaching my small group training group, that doesn't sound good. Anyways, you got it. English is not Englishing, but just being able to share my knowledge with other people, help them get stronger, and help them start from a better place than I did was very, very nice.
Hello, my name is Tristan. I'm also a personal trainer, fitness coach, primarily working at a mental health clinic where I specialize in helping my clients get back to activity, whether that is from some sort of surgery, some sort of accident, or some sort of metabolic dysfunction, whatever it may be, just trying to help them get back to quality of life, what that means. It's very movement focused. I would say what helps me feel alive, what makes me feel really alive is definitely community. Julian, this past summer, invited me to his run club, and I naturally dislike running. But I really love being around people, and professionally in the last 4 years, I feel like I definitely isolated myself, not intentionally, but I bought a condo in that time, and I kind of got trapped in the just work, and not connecting with people. And this year has been really important for me to reconnect and to be a part of the community. So Julian has been a major part of that for me, and honestly, Run Club every Monday is part of where I feel most alive right now. So this weekend,
Hello, this is so fun. Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Bianca. I'm also a personal trainer, fitness coach, kinesiologist. What made me feel most alive this week was dancing. I'm a dancer as well, so I love to be in a dance class. That's where I can just, both fitness and dance are the two places that I really feel that I can just like let myself be really present to the moment, and that's definitely where I feel most alive. Yeah, what else am I supposed to answer? That's it. Yeah, that's me.
Hello. Ooh, look at that mic voice. Hi, my name is Dan Fox, and I am a professional actor and mixed martial artist and part-time farmer. It's a pretty eclectic, diverse skill set. Recently over the last year, I've come up with coaching where acting meets MMA as a form of self-empowerment. So I'm getting that off the ground, which is super cool. I'm working with a client right now who's a recovering nice guy, and I'm teaching him how to be an asshole. It's awesome. We're actually working with this script right now from Larry Ross, where it's like always A, always B, C, closing, and he's like really demanding and really just a jerk. And I love it. And he's going there and he's like, dude, this acting stuff, I'm like drawing better boundaries in my life. I'm standing up for myself now. I'm like, bro, it's like so beautiful to see. And I teach a fight class on Friday nights. That's just health and wellness. So I was punching people in the face last night, which is like super healthy. No, it is for sure. I think we all have like DNA. We wouldn't be here if our ancestors didn't win battles. So I think if we do that in a healthy way, build each other up as iron sharpens iron. I mean, that's what I stand for. That's what I'm about. And it makes me alive other than coffee, I think, is probably, visualizing the offering that I'm coming up with in a couple weeks here, Sacred Theater. So it's a 3-hour deep dive into emotional exploration, scene work, intention setting, power, purpose. Every time I think about it, I think of the curriculum, I just get so excited. So I can't wait to share that.
My name is Nathan Ho. Some of you may have thought I was Julian Ho. So that's okay. I'll take hugs all day long. For me as a background, I was in the coffee business. I used to work in financial services, private equity investment, management consulting, and I was doing that all in Hong Kong. So I was away from my twin for 13 years, and I came back part and parcel because I went through personal and corporate sort of burnout. And that was really, really challenging for me. And I partly recovered because Julian recommended I get a professional coach to work with me. Then I became a coach and I moved back to Canada in 2021. And now I work for an amazing company called Ezra, which we provide coaching at scale for corporations around the world. I feel really, really special because it's just a mission to really help people become better versions of themselves, give them the confidence to do so. And what brings me a lot of energy and joy is my 2-year-old son. His name is Otto. I'm sure you might have heard about him through Julian as well. And he's just the thing that lights me up every single day, every single minute, every single second. So that's me.
Hi everybody, my name's Karen. I told my group I'm a nice Karen. I'm happy to be here. You know, I was thinking about the question, what makes me feel most alive? And I come from the corporate world. I've been a corporate marketer for a long time. Probably launched a lot of products that you use every day, and you've seen the campaigns I've done. But the world is very toxic in that space, and even though I could participate in it, I really felt like I was a fraud, that I was just faking it, like a lot of people have imposter syndrome. So if you had met me about a year ago, I would have shown up as a Karen 1.0, not so much in the Peter Attia world, but just in terms of my own development, feeling good about myself. And I guess what makes me feel most alive now is that I feel like I can present myself as Karen 3.0. And I just learned through my own development, working with Julian, working with a lot of different professionals like yourselves, that I've just become like Teflon. And what I love about that is that I can still be kind, I can still be good, I can still work with a ton of bullies and in a toxic culture, but shine and not take it on and make me feel small. So I'm excited that I'm Karen 3.0, and thank you for having me today.
We're excited for that too.
Hi everyone, my name is Adnan. I go by Addy for short. I'm a personal trainer, strength coach as well. I've been in the industry now for, it's going to be 11 years coming into February. Yes. My background wasn't always in health fitness. I started in biology and pharmacology, and I thought I was going to go into research, thought I was going to go into the pharmaceutical side of things, but kind of like what this entire mastermind group is about, I think I sort of just came to an understanding pretty early on, or this observation of a pattern that this way of health doesn't really make sense, that people accept as fate as they get older and move past their sort of university times. And I myself had a background where I wasn't really an athlete, I wasn't really active and healthy early on, and so I tried to use my background to teach myself how to improve that. And then as a result, that got me into the health and fitness space, and I've been fortunate to meet some interesting people along the way, been my mentors who I get to work alongside with at a small facility in Mississauga. And most of what I do is one-to-one private. Like I like to try to educate people on trying to understand like, hey, your health can be something that's more in your control. It's not a fate that you have to outsource just to the current systems that say they treat health. And so in that kind of, in line with that, I'd say something that made me feel alive, it's mostly related to my work, as I spend a lot of time at work. But every time a client describes a personal win for themselves, you know, because sometimes you could be beating the horse for like years and years with a client and nothing changes, they don't really take that on, and then finally they come at you and they say, hey, like, this was a big win for me. And I'd say those moments, whether it's the way they exercise and they move, whether it's something on their nutrition, something on their mental health side, if they can bring that to me, I feel like my purpose has more meaning to it. So, yeah.
Hello. Hey everyone, I'm San. So happy to see everyone here. My background has been in primarily in startups, so AI, crypto. I still work in tech. I think it's one of the best ways to scale your impact through code. I also use all my knowledge to help small businesses and really early stage companies now. In terms of what made me feel alive this week is this event. I've been working behind the scenes with Juliet, planning a lot of it, and seeing everyone come in on this rainy Saturday. It's been incredibly special, so thank you all, and yeah, thanks for coming.
Evening, everyone. My name is Dave Moskowitz. My story is a long story, so I'll just keep it in blocks. First part of my block was in law enforcement, serving the public in Toronto. My second part of the block was to be a growth champion. And because I had so many interactions with the small percentage of our society that's in crisis, I thought that how can I then move into the second portion and third portion of my life helping people? And even though I spent serving people, I really wanted to help people and champion their growth. I am probably one of the biggest champions you'll ever meet. And I get to employ people through some of the businesses I own and get to see their growth in the world. And through that, I get to then meet people that we help through those businesses and get to champion their growth. So that's what I really love doing. And I'm really enjoying that. And being part of this is, that ability to help change something in the future and help people grow. I think there's a really, really big opportunity to help healthcare in Canada. I think we're missing the mark on it big time. It's degraded over the times that I've been alive, and I'm in my late 40s, so I've seen it go downhill from there. So I think there's a big portion that we can really implement and change in people's lives. What's made me excited about is I recently moved out to Stony Creek, so I love waterfalls and taking my dogs on hikes. So that brings me a lot.
I live in Stony Creek, so.
You got a neighbor here. Amazing.
Hey everyone, my name is Adam Lewis. I'm a co-founder here at Pluto. I also co-founded a men's festival called Man Camp. It's Canada's largest men's festival, held on the regenerative farm that I also land steward with Mr. Dan Fox over here. And across all those things, I guess relevantly here, the through line for all those is an unwavering devotion to life itself. Learned primarily from nature, really believing, especially in my time working on the farm, that humans aren't separate but deeply integrated and part of nature. And when working in harmony, life itself emerges in abundance. And what I'm doing here at Pluto, for example, is an example of that, where in the social innovation group, why we're doing this is because I believe that loneliness and disconnection from ourselves and others is the greatest contributor to the decline of our species, quite frankly. And everything we do here at Pluto is actually to emulate one of my greatest inspirations, which are blue zones. I look at blue zones as inspiration because I don't think the world needs more innovation. I think it needs more reflection on where we came from and how to learn from our true nature, which doesn't necessarily mean more biohacks or IVs or saunas or ice baths, but actually just being in meaningful relation with others, which is exactly what we're doing here at Pluto. So it's a private membership club for people that apply, and when selected, which there are a handful of you here, Julian being one of them. And as a member here, we're a co-working space by day, and then by night, we're an open source event platform, which what that means is we really celebrate co-creation and the liberation of creative energy. So for a member like Julian who wants to liberate his creative energy, which is Beacon, we give him the platform, which is the space for free, so that we're reducing barriers for people's creative energy to be flowing. And that's based off of one of my fundamental health beliefs, that energy, we are energetic beings and energy needs to move. Stagnant energy is what leads to disease and stress, which leads to death. So we also, to David's point on that use of technology to increase physical interaction, we also have a back-end app that powers the whole physical place. So all our members are logged onto this physical app where you can meet others, you can populate the events, whether it's you want to do an art class, a fitness class, yoga, breathwork, all of which are featured on our calendars contributing to human flourishing. But also allow people to create these micro communities within Pluto. So if you want to create a longevity pod or a hiking pod or a fitness or foodie one, that allows people with like-minded, similar interests to connect deeper. And again, just further direct or attempt at solving for human loneliness. And I gotta actually go in like 5 minutes ago, so I really want to connect with all of you after. So you can follow us at Enter Pluto on Instagram, or our website's enterpluto.com, and my email is adam@enterpluto.com. I don't usually give my email away like that because my inbox is exploding daily, but I really like you guys and would love to tell you more about it. So feel free to hit me up, and yeah, have a really great time today because this is an incredible community. Oh my God, this, like today. So we had onboarding this morning, bringing on 8 new members. So that always excites me seeing this Plutonian family grow. This is an amazing event, guys. Quick round of applause for Julie. Just getting started. And then we have a sound bath this evening. So again, none of that's actually like Julian doing this, the sound method done by our members, the whole spirit of co-creation is what breathes life into this little planet we're terraforming. And I've got so many things I want to share with you guys that like really rattle I can't now, but yeah, please hit me up at the best time today, and yeah, keep being beacons.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you. How do I communicate with everyone in the room? My name is Benjamin Floriaduso. I will start with the thing this week that had my life force go up. My father moved away many years ago to, Morocco and then Spain. I've been trying to reconnect with him. And in the beginning, and I resonate with Dan Fox, right? Yeah, right on. I resonate with what you were saying about, being a nice guy. And part of that nice guy was like trying to punish my father, trying to, get him to be accountable and to, witness me and feel me and hear me in my pain, as to why we couldn't have a connection, and blaming him. And with the work that I've been doing, I do a lot of men's work. I decided that, it is for me to be in my control of myself and how I show up and the peace that I make within myself. And also, I'm a father as well. I've got 2 boys, and seeing how we're human. My father's a human, I'm a human. And I don't need to forgive him, doesn't to forgive me, doesn't to see me where I'm at. I just need to be able to, understand who I am and how do I operate. And there's a lot of healing that comes along with just making my peace with that peace. And so I booked this trip. I'm gonna go see my father in a week and a half. He didn't want to see me. He told me like rain check, avoiding me. And I was like, you know what, man? It doesn't matter. I want to see where my father lives. I want to see how he, why he loves the space that he chose to live in. And I want to he's part of me. So I want to go and just be in the space, regardless if he wants to see me or not. So I booked everything, and I was like, hey man, whether you want to see me or not, I'm going. So I'm gonna be there. Yeah. And I sent all the information, and then yesterday morning, I got a message from him being like, oh, you're not staying with me? I was like, what? He texts me like once a year. What are you talking about? So anyways, it was really, that brought my life force energy up. Yeah. I was like, cool. I stayed steady. My mission was, I'm gonna go and find myself and find my father, even if I don't find my father in the physical form. And my father was like, all right, man, this guy's serious. He doesn't need anything from me. He's going regardless. So he surrendered, and it was, that just was, it blew my heart, mind, soul open. What am I? Who am I? Julian invited me to do Partner Powered, so I'm not gonna hide, I'm doing Partner Powered. It's something I've been doing for close to 20 years. I've also decided to be 1,000 other things in the meantime. Firefighting, not doing that anymore, but finished all the schooling. Professional musicians, tour full-time, still tour, still get on stage and play in front of thousands of people. I will not be playing Pluto because people will destroy this place because it's heavy, it's really heavy. And I'm a father of 2, and again, men's work. There's a lot of things that I do, and I'm trying to focus. I'm trying to now focus, and I need help focusing. Because I can't do this alone. I've been trying to do life on my own for a long time, and I can't do that anymore, so I need help to focus and to take the gifts and the skills that I have and get people to connect, because I'm a freaking master in connecting people. So let's put that out there. So Julian, thank you so much for having me today, for bringing Partner Power to this space, this event. I'm looking forward to playing with you all.
Hopefully we'll have time for that. So I want to just sort of respect the time of the entire event. Let's be succinct. 30 seconds was the challenge. But I also need to state that we have to flow with how things go. And I was going to say this at the end, but what's lasted the longest in terms of how we share information over generations? It's stories. That's the technology. So really appreciate everyone sharing their stories, their life stories, but just a little tighter. No pressure.
I know. Okay, thank you, Julie. My name is Emmeline. I'm a trained social worker. I worked as a social worker in downtown Toronto in a system that is very reactive, and was very fortunate to have a mentor that brought me back to do my PhD in social work. and finding that next path in terms of I was researching community factors that influence child and family well-being through social epidemiology and really looking at this community piece. And now I'm very fortunate to work at a nonprofit where we work in community and we work in partnership, and we really prioritize the time to build partnership, and the research and the evaluation comes naturally as a result of building that, spending that time in partnership and in community. So if anybody wants to talk about research, I am here. In terms of what kept me alive this week, I play on an ultimate frisbee team, and we're a team that's played together for 7 years, and we show up every single week, 52 weeks a year. And it's just a really great connection. Everybody just shows up regardless of their day, and it's pretty special. Thanks.
Hi everyone, my name is Pawnees. It's like a cat's paw in your knees. I have a bachelor's in neuroscience and a double minor in biology and Buddhism, psychology, and mental health. But I'm currently a nurse. I've been working for about 4 to 5 years in a hospital setting. I started working in COVID times, so I was thrown into it right away. And my goal was to help people, like a lot of nurses plan. But over the years, I've realized and felt kind of like an imposter. I felt like I've been causing the problem more so than helping the problem. And so that's why this event is very near and dear to my heart. And I really want to bridge the gap because not only for the nurses, but also for my patients. Something that really made my week was I also performed with Zach here. I did my spoken word, and my spoken word tries to bridge science and spirituality, and I really try to incorporate a lot of neuroscience into my poetry, and so that's really what I'm trying to do as a passion and creative side, and also bringing in community because I host a lot of wellness events and volunteer for them, so bringing all that together. Thanks.
Thank you. Hey gang, I'm Brendan. I hold expertise in psychology, psychobiology, and psychophysiology, so that makes me a psycho. My expertise is in gut health and functional medicine. I love biohacking so much, I became the founder and the host of Canada's biggest biohacking and longevity event, Longevity Summit, and I own a healing center in Caledon, where I facilitate and utilize psilocybin in therapeutic settings, and that's it. And also own an online business. I work with clients all over the world, and again, my specialty is gut health. Thank you. Oh, the thing that lit me up this week was actually reading Where the Wild Things Are, my favorite childhood book.
Hi everyone, my name is Celine. I am a plastic, reconstructive, and aesthetic surgeon. I practice at North York. Part of it is the aesthetic piece where you're trying to improve somebody's overall appearance and help them age gracefully. But the other side is, and the often side that people don't really realize, is we also help reconstruct as well. So my subspecialty is in hand, wrist, and peripheral nerve. So I operate on a lot of patients who've had hand fractures, tendon injuries, peripheral nerve injuries through trauma. So on top of that, we also do like breast cancer and help patients reconstruct their breasts after mastectomy or breast cancer. That actually is what led me up this week because one of the patients' flap wasn't working, and then we were like trying, and then all of a sudden it started working. We were like fist bumping in the OR to fix them. And then the other piece that lit me up was, my colleague and I are trying to find a clinical space to open outside of the hospital setting and in the Midtown area, and we've been trying for like almost a year, and we finally I'm going to look at a space tomorrow that we're like very excited about.
Hi everyone, my name is Claire. I have a background in sustainability, so I've always had this very deep care for people and planet and like the longevity of both as part of my work. I moved into Canada to help an engineering company be more sustainable, and I realized that my strength was not going to be in the science, but it was going to be in helping people to connect with each other and find their inner wisdom to bring better designs forward. So my current role is as a workshop designer and facilitator for a big corporate company, but I have a super fun job of getting to help people think outside the box and bring them into a safe space to do that. Something that brought me joy this week, I've been working on a documentary film project that I'm trying to get off the ground, and so many people have connected me with contacts of theirs, so I got to speak with some incredible filmmakers that really inspired me to hopefully bring my own project to life. So yeah, that's me.
Hi everyone, I'm Tyler. I grew up playing all the things, all the sports and the instruments and whatever else I could. People, I don't know, whatever, my siblings. I gave up on being an astronaut and became a designer and spent a decade building motion graphic animation for education on the web. And really took that to the next level and started an edtech company because I realized that teaching was really important, but teaching tools, especially in like grade schools, like they just suck. And communication around there, everybody's rebuilding the same things. That led me to complete burnout, and I stopped caring about my body, and it was all up in my head. So 2 months ago, I resigned from that, and I am now retiring. I don't have a pension, but I have my kids and my family and my health. So I'm like living this thing like right now in real time. I'm trying not to do too much, just live stream like 5 cameras at once. Put that down. Yeah, so it's funny because I reached out to Julie because I was like, I just wanted to connect with people that I knew would be good for my soul. And he told me about Beacon, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm like in a PMF like live drainage system like right now. Send him a picture of me with like a red light thing on, so I'm trying to do less and connect more. I just started a thing called nostalgicfuture.space where I'm trying to take some of the old worlds, like old things, and figure out how we can apply them to the future, as well as the Eddy stream, where I'm going to be hopefully meeting with all of you one-on-one at some point to just talk about what you're making and how you're making it and stream it live, getting rid of the gatekeeping and open sourcing the thing that is most important, which is our creative energy and our ability to connect with each other to do more than we can do ourselves. The thing that made me hold your applause was I went to the Royal Winter Fair with a bunch of grade kids yesterday, and we tried to draw the cows and the pigs and those lambs, and they make a lot of noise.
Hi everyone, I'm Healthspan. I went to school for neuroscience. Before that, well, not before school, but I've been working in research for a while. I did a lot of public health research. I did some oncology research as a kid, and now I work as a computational lead at King's College London, where we look at protein kinase signaling in dendritic spines that we've treated with different things in just to figure out how diseases, how Alzheimer's and Parkinson's progress. So yeah, I think it's like fun work, and I'm really excited to be a part of this. One thing that made me feel alive this week was being able to be a part of this event. I've been looking forward to it for about like a few weeks now. So this is very exciting.
Hello, my name is Kerry. I'm a physiotherapist. I've been a physio for about 16 years now. In the last 5 years, during COVID, I actually started practicing more virtually. So I see patients kind of through video conferencing. It allows me to focus less on kind of what my profession is in my opinion, going too much towards the just kind of passive modalities, and I focus more on active treatments, self-management strategies, and it's more of an evidence-based approach to physio, in my opinion. What lights me up these days, I have a 10-week-old daughter. She teaches me that time is just a construct and bodily fluids come out everywhere. Thank you.
Hi everybody, I'm Morgan, Morgan Thomas. My title at the moment is Chief Brand Officer, but that changes as of next Friday. It's my last day in my current role. I'm very excited. For the past 6 years, I've been building, I guess it's technically Canada's largest boutique fitness and wellness hub, where I know a couple of you from here. But my background's actually in interior design and architecture and brand strategy, so it's been really interesting to kind of move from the consulting side to actually building and operating something myself. So I'm excited to get back to the consulting work and really helping people translate their visions into reality with now having firsthand knowledge of how to actually do that. I also became a mother not this past July, but the July before. Which has just been the most magical experience. And so she lights me up every single day. This week we have a dog who is my first baby, she's 15. So my daughter recently learned how to open the dog food canister and scoop out food. And so that is, she wakes up in the morning, she still nurses for a while, and then she eats, sissy eat, and then she wants to go feed the dog. So it's just the cutest thing to sort of see the two little babies kind of coming together and just nurturing sort of that relationship and just fostering all kinds of connections has been what's been lighting me up the most lately. Yeah.
All right, well, we did it. We got around. Usually the circle shares to me as an event organizer, taskmaster is like, but there was a moment right there where I was like, you know what, fuck it. Like the most important thing is the stories and our stories. Maybe in the future we will be doing little mini TED Talks so you can do a further press on to everything that you are. But really, really nice to hear everyone's background and create some context over how we're gonna network. Because when we share, maybe not all of who we are, but parts of us in a way that lights us up, I think that's the bond, that's where the invitation, I think, is the most rich. The emotional, the spiritual, the personal stuff. Professional, yes, to an extent, but yeah, thank you for sharing some of those more personal things too. To continue on, we are going to move through, there's a couple of things we had to skip, but we're gonna move into a little preface over how our next group activity is gonna be. And I just wanted to bring some of these techniques to the foreground so that when you go back into your pods for your next assignment, which is to really discuss the bright spots, things that are going really, really well in your worlds, what are things that are trending towards health and longevity, what are the blind spots or the obstacles getting in the way of achieving Healthspan and quality of life at the latter years of our lifespan. And then what are the spotlights, things that are happening as pure examples. Like, oh, this company is doing an amazing job at this. Once we kind of come together and put that all onto another page, wanted to just start with some of these activities because I found them very, very helpful. You might know them already. But a big part of this kind of programming is based off of IDEO, which I would say is a school for human-centered design thinking. They help consult other companies on how to design really amazing experiences like this. And the human-centered focus is where part of the culture of Beacon wants to ground into its DNA. And Also ART, authentic relating training, is something that I took during COVID, and it was a virtual coaching session. And then I ended up getting more coaching sessions with that coach to help me through a fairly difficult ending of a relationship. And so the first one that I wanted to bring us into was attune. To tune into another person's emotional and energetic state. The case study of attunement was very mindfulness based. So one of the activities that the facilitator brought to the cellmates was to tune into what's happening in your own world first before connecting with others. So it's sort of an internal check-in. And breathing with it as well was a really key part to that. So tuning into all of what's happening into your internal world before sharing. Another technique is a reframe. So a part of today's theme is perspectives, and hearing everyone's story and everyone's approach and application to the first activity that we got was a really interesting way. Even what we did with the logo beacon is that you can see how other people thought. Maybe you thought in the beginning was like, oh, this is gonna be weird, I don't think I wanna say this. But someone says it, you're like, oh, great, I'm not the only one thinking this way. That's the coolest feeling. And knowing that there's another parent in the room going through this like, how much longer is this gonna take? Because my baby might need me and da-da-da. Like, there's other people in the room that are feeling and experience the same thing. So before all this stuff, empathy. Empathy is one of those superpowers of human beings to be able to use as a way to build a strong rapport and connection. So reframe in this sense is another perspective. And one case study is the Copenhagen traffic problem. So you ask capitalists, people who have a lot of money, how do we solve for the problem of traffic in our city? Well, their thought process is build more roads. But that's not a human-centered design approach. Instead, Copenhagen had asked bikers, multiple stakeholders, cyclists, public servants, small businesses, and they asked them the same question, how might we solve for traffic? So one way of answering for that is, instead of solving for traffic, how do we solve the problem? Just getting across one side of the city to the other. Just another reframe of the question. And then also asking these different stakeholders, as opposed to people with lots of money, how might we increase the pace to get from one side of the city to the other? So things like more bike lanes, smarter traffic lights, so on and so forth. And so they solved their problem because they created a human-centered approach to that problem. And therefore, were able to reframe the situation, use reframing as a way to get to the answer. So that's another way of looking at things. And finally, zooming in and out to gain vantage points. It's just creating contextual awareness and being able to see the minutiae, the small little details that you might overlook, and then also zooming out and seeing big picture, putting on a time scale to create another level of context. Case study here, Volkswagen, as I guess uniquely positioned in diesel fuel and combustion. They were so focused on that, but then they also were so stuck in their tunnel vision, so that over the last, 3 years, or maybe even less than that, they zoomed out and said, hey, what's happening in the industry? What is trending and what's gonna be here for the next 100 years or so? And so they just switched to electric vehicles, and they totally switched up everything. And they realized they made massive gains. Revenue went up, everything skyrocketed. So just a small switch up and zooming out. There's other things here too, but a really fun book in terms of children's book to help teach kids what zooming in and out is a book called Zoom. And this book called Zoom, as you can see on the bottom right, it zooms in to the chicken's hat. And chicken, yeah, and then it slowly zoomed away and away and away. So it's another really amazing technology in terms of storytelling, drawing, which is why I included that as an activity to teach children how to zoom in and out. So things like this are the things that I want to spotlight. And this is in terms of social innovation. So let's try to use these 3 techniques as we enter the next activity. But before our next activity, bingo. So what I want to do is, time-wise, it's going to be tight. Let's get a group photo first. Then from there, we're going to play 10 minutes of bingo, and then I want to get us to do our last big bang activity, which is to come up with solutions, okay? So it can also just be a bathroom break. It can also be a refill of coffee. All right, so could I get James to help guide us on the photo? Where would we be best suited to take a photo? If you want to do a big...
We've got a big space, so
yes.
Why don't we do it against this over here? It's a really nice backdrop.
The canopy?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's have maybe a row of people standing, another row of people kneeling, and then another row of people sitting. Is that okay?
Yeah, that works.
Okay, so let's do that fairly quick so we can document this. It'll be kind of like an old school elementary style photo. It could be as proper and cheesy as possible.
Man, so this is the space of you. You're proud of you for making changes, man. Proud of you for finding your dad.
Okay, people standing behind right where the canopy is. Like this way? Oh, inside it too? Okay, go inside the canopy. Sitting down. Sorry, there, sorry.
How do we work this with? Good ass, you're good. Don't put out confidence.
Guys, if we can get a little bit cozier, like go a little bit further in, you can. Let's try and move everyone this way.
Let's shift back into the canopy and also to the inside of this column. You're gonna get really cozy.
Nice. Okay, we're going to take 2 shots, guys, alright? Okay, everyone looking? Yeah? Okay, 3, 2, 1, big smiles. Awesome. I'm totally doing this on purpose.
Thank you. All right, grab your bingo cards. And we're going to get ourselves a chance to, I'm going to time it. So we're going to have a little bit of time right now just to get started on the bingo cards. So this is going to be a quick flash 5 minutes of meeting people. And just, your mission is to fill as many boxes as you can by finding people who match the statements in your bingo card. Have you changed careers or industries? Ask these questions that are on the statements. Alright, so let's begin our bingo card exploration. You have 5 minutes for this first part to get as many signatures as you can. Let's go.
Alright, do you plan to live to 100 plus? I do.
Of course you do, yeah. What you do? Yes. Yes, and you switch careers?
I think you put it in your box.
Okay, what's your discipline? PH? Yes, yeah. Okay. What's your English? HZ? Okay, sweet.
If you get your card filled, you gotta scream, Beacon! And we already have one filled out. Wow, Andrew, crushing it. First place, Andrew. Time-wise, we've got 2.5 minutes left. If you can flash around and get your card filled. If it can be done already by Andrew, you can do it too. Get those initials, get those signatures. Tristan, second place. Keep your vegan cards, your bingo cards, so that you can further connect after the event. Last minute to get your signatures. Hyacinth in third place.
I think integrity actually.
All right, everyone. You have time maybe later in the event to complete, but for now, we're going to round it up and find yourselves standing in the circle. Slowly wrapping up our conversations. Damn it! All right, come on back to the circle, crew. Come on back to the circle. Time is up. Woo! Nathan got it. Come on back, come on back. Come on back, let's go. We gotta make sure we have time for main activity, but we want to get our bodies moving. All right, we got another beacon in. Woo! All right, come on back into the circle, everyone, and let's take this next push to enter our last. Yay! Make sure you keep these cards so that we can further connect and learn more. So I know it's just a quick little teaser because there's epic stories behind it. All right. We're gonna stand by our seats.
Stand by. Stand by your seats.
Clap once if you can hear me.
Yeah!
Clap 2 times if you can hear me. Clap 3 times if you can hear me. Clap 4 times if you can hear me.
All right, we got the core. Sweet. I know there's a buzz in the room to complete the bingo cards. I know it's like, oh, I just started, I can't not finish it. That's all right. We're gonna do a, since the energy is higher right now, we're gonna do a very short partner power piece with Ben. He's gonna lead us to a little bit of movement, and then that'll bring energy for last mile activity of the day, which is where everyone spends most of our energy. And putting these really great work down on the day. But anyway, thank you.
Everyone, get in close. Everybody needs to move. I see time. Get in close, shoulder to shoulder. I know some of you, like myself, while sitting in circles, it's okay that my knees are just okay. And we're all concerned about taking space and sharing space. So like right now, we really want to encourage us to get in, right? Shoulder to shoulder. So please take your space. Don't make yourself small here. Okay, so shoulders back. Let's get those knees down. All right, everyone, shoulders to be touching. Shoulders to be touching. Let's take this space. Shoulders to touch. And while we're waiting, breathe. Take a deep breath in. Every time you inhale, you expand. You expand. You know that your presence is necessary. Your influence has its effects. An effect. So breathe. Exhale. Thank you for your influence. Deep breath again. A little bit more sound. One more, because that is inspiring us to change our state. Deep breath in. Change the state. Take a risk. Let's go. Now we shake ourselves up a little bit. And while you shake, you are also bumping into each other. If you want an angle, you can move around into the first table. Good. Now from here, I feel like we already built some intimacy, so we can break the ice. Shake it up, shake it up. So from here, while still balancing the floor, I want us to go around the circle and just high five each other, shake hands, create a bit of a mash Keep it going. If you are on the outside, place yourself in. Go in the middle. If you are used to eating on the outside, get in the middle. Get in the middle. Right? Get in the middle. Beautiful. Keep introducing yourself. Get in that middle. Do like a champion in the middle. Come on, champ. Come on, champ. If you're used to being on the outside, get on the inside. Take a risk. Now, find one person's back. One person's back. Find their back, back to back, back to back, back to back. Back to back. Find a person's back to back. There you go. And from here, see if you can connect your hips, connect your hips, connect your upper back, connect your hands. Beautiful, beautiful. We are going to be squatting anyways, so you might as well start connecting now. So from here, we talked about empathy. We talked about connection. We talked about listening to ourselves. So right now, breathe. Exhale, let some sound out. Feel yourself, connect with yourself, and see if you can connect with your partner as well. See if you can find yourself in the relationship with you and with them. Beautiful. Exhale, sound. Bring the heads back, bring the chins up. The mouths are relaxed, the eyes are relaxed. All that tension that we hold, let's let it go. Life gets challenging. Yes, it gets challenging, but guess what? We showed up here, and we are now reminded that we don't have to do this alone. We are not doing life alone. We have people like Julian who created spaces for us to show up in. So now, see if you can step while still staying connected to your partner, step your feet forward so that you see them, because you're gonna need a strong foundation in order to be able to, 1, have your own back, 2, have your partner's back, 3, trust that they have your back. Okay? And if you collapse, that's okay. We're gonna make some mistakes here, okay? We are gonna make some mistakes. So now, with your breath, follow your intuition, follow your trust, follow your deep wisdom and knowledge. I want you to squat down with your partner, not too low, we'll get there, and squat down and just stay there and breathe and let some sound out. Why are you being random alone? Aren't you a personal trainer? Lean back on them. Stay there, breathe, trust. Dan Fox, I see you. Get down there, Dan Fox. Let's go, lean back, upper backs. Okay, stand up, shake it up. We're not done, we're gonna try that again. All right? This time, face your partner and hold hands with them. Hold hands, however you want to hold hands. Now remember, the hand holding and arms need to be solid. You need to have a strong structure to be able to hold each other, because you're going to lean back and you're going to squat and you're going to hold each other. So deep breath in, make sure you're solid, make sure your grip is solid, make sure your intention is solid, and squat down slowly and look at your partner. Look at your partner. Do you see a mirror? Are you witnessing change? Are you witnessing an opportunity for something to shift? Take a look at your partner, because you'll see yourself. Now stand up nice and slowly. Thank your partner. We're not done yet. Last one, you're going to turn. One person is going to expose their back to their partner. One person. Take a risk, expose your back to them. The other, Brandon, may I? You are going to wake them up. You're going to wake up, because they obviously came here today to get woken up. We're here to wake each other up and to wake up. So now, wake them up and bless them up with your gifts. The gifts that you have, that you brought today, and don't be nice about it. All right? Because they need you to wake them up. So wake them up, tap them. I like it, don't be nice. We're not here to be nice, we're here to be powerful. We're here to be influenced. We're here to be out-influenced. Keep going. Let some sound out. And now turn around, the other person goes. And don't be shy, let sound escape your body. Let change escape your body. That sounds very nice. Let's go, wake this place up. Good. Excellent. Now, let's circle back up. Link arms. All right, we are linked in. All right, I know there's a website called LinkedIn. We're actually linked in right now. All right, we're linked in. We are linked in. I want want you to pull the person in towards you and they pull you into them, and tall spines, everyone. We're not here to play small. We're here to show up big. So feel the strength of your partner. Feel the strength of this group. Feel yourself in the mix. If you didn't feel yourself and your strength, take a deep breath in. Let it sound out. No, let it sound out. All right, an honest one this time. Deep breath in. Take a risk. Let it go. Thank you very much. You all were amazing.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you all for trusting me back. So a big part of what we do, of course, next we're going to go back into our minds, but to get into our bodies is the kinetic piece. Energy and motion creates momentum. So we're going to use this energy and go into our pod groups again, use another sheet of paper, and now we're going to strategically think about what are the steps needed to build a program, a plan, a protocol. What are the things? So I'm going to get us to go into groups right now. So find your group, go back into your pods. Those that are in the social innovation space, just stand outside of it for a second, okay? All right. This is the open source playbook piece. All right. So as we mesh our minds together, captains, you can help facilitate. But first thing is maybe you can create lists. What are current bright spots happening in your world that is leading us towards more longevity and health span? So for example, in the wellness space, you're seeing more holistic approaches to physical activity. You're seeing treatment and training and a bridge of that. You see clinicians not just passively massage and help fine-tune physical states, but then they're making their way to the training floor. So that's a bright spot in terms of physical. Businesses are opening, small businesses like David's, Mobility House, and Stretch Labs. We're getting a more holistic approach. We're expanding the breadth of offerings. In technology, we're seeing open source. A lot of people are sharing technologies to help us share online, digital spaces. So what are bright spots in medicine and research? What's going to help pave the way to not just theories, but also applications, implementations of research towards improved health span and longevity. So that's one category. What are the bright spots in your field? And start brain jamming on that, okay? So why don't we spend, and you know what, I'll share with everything. The next thing, what are the obstacles? What are things getting in our way? What are the things that are preventing us, slowing us down from getting to a place of longevity, okay? And then what are some really amazing examples of companies, services that you're either creating or that you've experienced firsthand that we might want to network with or bring into our network. Okay, so bright spots, obstacles, maybe blind spots, social innovators, blind spots that we might not be considering. And then finally, what are examples, real-time examples? Okay, so let's get going. And I'm going to get us to push for 20, we'll say 15, 10 minutes. 10 minutes, 10 minutes.
Sure, right, we can go for Brian first. So we can go one by one and we can just draw it down, or do you guys just want to jump in?
Yeah, we can do one by one with the Brian.
Sure.
Oh, so you want to just go through? Oh yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's
Try to rip. So right side of longevity. I think living longer.
Yeah. There's a lot of trends too, like care. Yeah, people care about their brains, care about like what the
Yeah.
And there's more facility too, like there's more and more like health places. Like there's a new spot called Avanta just opened in Yorkville, and they are trying to do this stuff. I don't know what they got, but they're trying.
Yeah.
It's a good sign.
There's more health
What
problems.
about tech side? What are the bright sides in the tech side or music side?
Advanced AI, we're
Yeah.
looking for the singularity. So much untapped intelligence in a bottle that we can leverage.
Yeah. And it's currently majority owned by sociopaths,
So we got
Willingness is on, but like there's willingness to share, especially if you're academic, like kids will be sharing possibility.
What about you?
I think I'm really thinking more specific stuff, like like the Garmin, like the weight scale, you stand on it, and then they'll tell you the percentage of the muscle in your body and stuff like that. Or ability of biometrics.
Is that one company? I forget what they do. There's
Couple. There's like a couple different. There's just weight scales. There's like, are we going down? That's good.
Yeah, biometrics is good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. What else? When you said willingness to share, like, is it like open source stuff that we talked about, or?
That and like mostly accessibility is big, but just like biometrics, like you can go on like YouTube and learn so much. You can go on Reddit, or share more community events.
Knowledge share and stuff like that.
Yeah. And I wanted to say community, like even though things are isolated in some ways, for the people who want to leverage it, there's so many events, there's so much community coming together like this. So community connection, that's the bright spot right now for me. Just join Bruno. Oh yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. So do you? Is this all the points, or do we want to add more? Right side.
It's data analysis. That's kind of like
I think it's also about awareness that people are getting more aware about stuff as well.
Yeah.
Before that, people were not aware. So I think awareness is also one thing that people are getting more into.
Exactly.
Because before the people were just like, oh, I don't know this, I don't know that.
Yeah.
So I think it's more about awareness as well.
And that's what I put. I feel like it's for everything. There's a brain and there's ideas in it. It's ideas. The beliefs people have about what's possible, what works. People do what you know and what you know. It's like, it just solves itself.
So my dad has diabetes, but he was able to not have diabetes by changing his health, like change the way he eats.
That's exactly what my app would focus on. That would be track, and then as soon as you improve it, my app would know this diet helps for people with this symptom.
It's interesting because all of the places we went to, we tell them, well, you have to go on a self at night.
Oh.
Exactly. It's not true. It's a belief.
Yeah, it's accessible. Like people don't know that you just what you eat can really make a difference.
Exactly. What was his diet that he switched?
Well, he became vegan. He went like healthy, but I think the biggest thing was cutting out like soda, like drinks, things like that. And a heat wave.
Yeah, I'd love to talk more about that. That sounds incredible. Diabetes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, crazy.
Makes sense. So we covered the AI, we covered the awareness. Anything particular?
We can move on to this.
Sure. Obstacles? Do you want to raise obstacles? So what are the obstacles then?
I think like it's really difficult to. It's easy to say like, oh, change your diet, but at the same time, even if you eat healthy food like fruits and veggies, then you have pesticides.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Or like the stuff that they put in it to make like strawberries bigger, right? Or to like make it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. There's a multi-dimensional set of factors that you need to optimize across all of them.
My mom has
like being specific or okay.
My mom used to make honey. She lives on a farm, and the neighbor also had a farm, and then they put a whole bunch of pesticides, and the bees all died.
Oh, wow, that's bad.
That's like a tough part.
Oh, God.
That's the first thing I think of.
Huge job.
Be like, honestly, yeah, it's like even not just pesticides, like generational. Just pesticides.
Yeah.
It's a lot of them have very pesticides. Even though they banned a lot of them, they're still finding it.
Yeah.
Like they actually see, which is good. But anyway,
That's great.
Like old habits from older generation?
Yeah.
I can say like
Toxic.
Yeah. expensive, and it's so hard to know what it has, like what the food has, right? You say you want it healthy, but then the healthy food you eat is also bad for you.
Exactly. It's so hard, and you have to pay more economics as well.
Yeah, I'd say like, yeah, funding and everything. That's like making that available, like people like on the label or something, like exactly what's
Yeah, because they say 0% sugar, but it still has sugar. It's just that it's just less than 1%, so they can just say 0% sugar.
Well, then you have dynamic pricing.
Yeah.
But it's back.
So it's like a system that creates the prices dynamically based on.
So right now, if you buy something on Amazon, you go back 2 weeks later, it's going to say that it costs more, but you get it on sale. Or if you make lots of money, then there's like they can change prices. You're not allowed to like. There's rules that's.
It's like more business focus, like attraction of money than
everybody's paying visually, shopping visually. But we want is dynamic pricing for people, not for corporations.
You want to calculate it based on the actual cost involved, mark that up enough.
And if you don't have money, you should be paying less.
Yeah.
Like I don't. You don't have to go full socialist, but like why do you have? Yeah, why are you doing dynamic pricing for the gain of corporations?
Even like pharma companies which are not open source, right? Like they don't have their, like you can't get your health access data that easily. So yeah, so doctors,
Yeah, a big problem.
I think greed is the biggest.
Yeah, greed.
And also systemic calcification. I think systems get calcified, and there's a reason some people that are in the systems, like you have to take a pill for the rest of your life. These are people who
take everything for Advil.
Being a doctor, and they're giving beliefs that just aren't true based on your father's experience. Yeah. Systemic was system was calcified. Yeah.
Give the calcium cheap.
Exactly.
It's like systemic solutions or like.
Yeah, it's like it gets stuck how it is.
Yeah.
In the last 100 years, we've created so many things that like never existed 100 years ago.
Darkness could be another one, the calcification. Yeah.
It's like we have new stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, this is how it has always been. It's like no, it's not. We didn't have electricity.
What social media will also be an obstacle because social media also sells everything nowadays. Oh, it's social media. Just click on TikTok and you'll be healthy, or do this thing with TikTok and you'll be healthy.
I think
social media is also a big issue.
Oh, those things change though because like in order to use them now, you almost have to be a professional or a performer instead of them just being places to collaborate and share.
Yeah.
Which is what they were. Yeah, you can use all these tools for good, but what happened to just singing for the sake of singing?
Yeah.
You can't sing on Instagram without it being weird because you're up against everyone's Grande or something. It's not even real.
I've experienced that.
How do we break those systematic beliefs that like so you can't do things for the sake of it?
Yeah, true. And one of the other problems with social media is everyone's putting out these different ideas.
It's attention basically.
It's an epistemic nightmare. We don't know what's true and how to determine what's true. Yeah, basically.
Or what AI based or what is non-AI generated.
Exactly, that too. So what my app is trying to do is try to get the most verified data we can while logging it, and then do the data analysis to see what is actually true based on huge amounts of data processing. I want to get the government involved to fund that level of compute, because it can't be about profits. It has to be funded with the idea of we want the social outcome, not just the money.
There's a really good documentary called The Social Dilemma, and it's that.
Oh yeah, the Netflix one. Yeah.
Amazing. But like the ads that you get, given to you are
based on like your entire risk, like what you do basically.
chambers.
Yeah, echo chamber.
You
Yeah.
become even more socially divided.
Like you're not funded.
Everybody thinks that way, trying to get, by so much visibility.
Exactly. So no.
Recently, blue pill and red pill has been happening.
Yeah. And that's what happened with me for the last many years. I looked at all these different belief systems about health, trying to fix my chronic illness, and a lot of things didn't work because everyone's trying to claim that theirs works. They have a financial incentive to do so.
Yeah.
And it's just like how do you actually exactly. Yeah. And some of those solutions might work for certain illnesses, but they're pretending it works for everything.
No.
Figure out what symptom clusters match with what solutions, and focus on healthy lifestyle things. And, yeah.
Yeah, there's so my sister was using because when she was training for some kind of event, like some kind of marathon or something, she had this app that would tell her exactly what to eat, and like she would take a picture of something and it would tell her exactly like what calories or whatever.
I
It's
use
like
that. I use that.
in the beginning of
Yeah. It's getting better, but every app uses a different approach, so some apps are better than others. I'm trying to implement that feature in my app too. Yeah. It's taking a while.
But like finding a way to make it more user friendly would be good.
Yep. No, for sure. That's what we should talk
Looks
about.
like we're doing pretty good on time, that we've got the first two right spots and obstacles. Hopefully you can bring some real-time, real-life examples. And this is the third category of innovations and leads towards improved health span and longevity. So let's give another 2.5 minutes
As you were saying, there's so many tools
to finish out those three categories. 2.5 minutes.
the right resources. I'm even thinking like hackathons. Like,
Yeah.
throw all these ideas, but it's like if you can actually focus and be like, this is something needed fixed, everyone work on it.
Yeah, and that would be an example of a solution, right? A hackathon.
But then also like tying them all together, right? It's like, what's the stack?
Yeah.
So like that could work for as many people as possible.
Yes.
Instead of, I feel like we're just in these stacks that serve these big entities
And what's an
that
example?
aren't human.
Yeah, no, definitely. And what's an example of a stack, would you say? Like, what did you envision for that?
I don't know I don't think it exists yet. I think it's like a little bit of your app and a little bit of that and a little bit of this.
Generation of like everything used to be customized per person.
Yes.
Before this generation, before AI, everything was like, oh, this is a cookie.
It's assembly line.
Like, you guys follow that.
Yeah.
And now everything has to be customized because everybody's unique in their.
How do we customize off a core base? Because
exactly.
even like with the tools, we don't want to spin up an AI generated app for everybody, because then how do you support people when there's no common ground, right?
I think we need to have multiple solutions going at the same time, where it's like a crowdsourced machine learning model, but also a medical LLM, which is two different technologies, and then also having people personalize it for their exact health challenges that feel the most relevant for them, and then having some strategies that are proven and saying, try this, if that didn't work, try that, and how's it going?
Everything is knowledge. I think everybody
Yeah.
knows knowledge. That's what you don't know what for you.
Yeah.
And also, like, there's something else too about like with this, because we already know these things. So there's like discovery. Yeah. So let's put like discoverability here or something. Awareness, discovery. Like a lot of people don't know.
We only have 1 minute left, so let's just name off some blind spots really quick.
I think knowledge is one.
Yeah.
That was when we do a doctor, we have starting people that would just tell my problem.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then you get way more problems after that.
And that is also based on business, right? So it's cater to keep talking to you.
Yeah. And then we're blind to where we need to focus our efforts, because a lot of people might be working on the same thing, and a lot of people might not be working on what needs to be worked on.
Yeah.
We don't have a high level view. We're all separate. We're all
Siloed. We're siloed.
Yeah, we're siloed.
In a public setting.
It's because we don't know like what our food actually like. What I don't know what I should actually eat.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's so important.
That's hard.
Yep.
But then even before that's awareness. Like, do you even know that you don't know what to eat? Like that. A lot of people think they're eating food and they're not eating food.
And what you said, she knows that she doesn't know, but a lot of people don't know that they don't know. You know, so they're just not conscious.
All right, we're starting to close it out and bring it back in the circle. Circle.
Okay, should we do examples?
Oh yeah, examples. Circles of
What we have.
You had an example with your dad.
Yeah.
That was an example of someone who healed from something that the doctors don't believe you can. And then, do we have any more examples littered through here? I can't really read it that well.
Upside down?
Upside down?
What's that brain?
I just write it down.
Diagnosed with like kind of about to have cancer, but they said go through medication and stuff like that, and then the only thing that helped her was quit her job.
So apparently stress is one of the biggest ones, so you should write that down.
All right, here we go through, come on into the circle. We can talk our way through the last little bits just because we want to make sure we present it to everyone. So let's get back into the center right now. We're going to be going through over time, so we apologize for a few people. Captains, let's carry your team into the center circle, and we'll just close it out by sharing. 1, 2, 3. Bring it over. Bring it in. Bring it in. All right, crew, come on down. So this is probably one of the more important parts. I know that we didn't have as much time to put it out on paper, but what I'm seeing so far is awesome, really, really cool. Come on down. Let's fill these circles. Talking about bright spots, my baby nephew is right over here. Otto. My sister-in-law is here. Patty. All right. So this last little bit, I'm gonna put a timer on because we technically should be out by 4:30, but I'll ask for forgiveness and permission, and we'll see if we can get to 4:45. All right. So with that, we're gonna spend. Each group's gonna have 3 minutes. We're talking. 3 minutes to present what you have, and I'm gonna put it on a timer so that I'm gonna have to cut you off, and then everyone else is gonna have to help cut us off. But that's also not to say that online we can share photos of this, put it on our WhatsApp group. Thank the tech people for creating platforms like WhatsApp and all the ways. So we can continue the conversations there. So let's get our combos in and our presentations down. So who out of the tech group wants to speak?
All right, ready, set, here we go.
So some of the things we talked about, things that affect our health are food, sleep, exercise, air quality, as well as this workshop. For the bright factors, I'll edit if you want to, I can pass it over. So something that's really great, right, is that there's a trend, especially in young people who are caring about their health, to care about their brain health, so that's excellent. We also have more advanced technology and AI that can support the changes that we will need in the future and now. Willing to share, there's a lot more willing to share specifically in the sciences and technology sectors with open source data. I'm just firing out. Biometrics, accessibility is improving. Communities like this are growing. There's more and more awareness in the change in ideas and beliefs. And also people are caring more about what they eat and consume. So conscious consumption is improving, which is great. Some obstacles.
Okay, so for obstacles, we've got cofactors, we've got many dimensions of health that we want to look at all at the same time. Even when you're trying to eat healthy, for example, you've got a lot of toxins that even, you get an organic piece of food, but then it has pesticides, right? So it's very challenging. Economics and funding, that could be for organizations that are trying to do good to get the resources they need, but also for people to buy healthy food, right? It's more expensive. Lack of transparency, right? We're not open, we're not, seeing what each other are doing. So that can actually hurt us because everybody focuses on the same thing and not enough people focus on what we're missing, right? For the people versus for the profit corporations, I think everyone has knowledge about that, but it's a really big problem, like really big. Greed equals to stress. It leads to stress because down the line, you're not making decisions that actually help people, and then they're going to be stressed because they have more problems, right? And stress is one of the biggest things that affects your health negatively. Systemic calcification, right? The stuckness on incorrect beliefs, right? We heard a story that someone, well, maybe that's for the examples, but someone was told that they should be on medication for the rest of their life. Instead, they did a healthy lifestyle change and recovered from diabetes, right? This was her father, so this was a big thing. And then reality versus idealism, right? Like we can't be stuck in the clouds always with certain things that aren't actually proven out. We need to be in reality and figure out what works and do that. So.
So I think for the blind spots that we had was lack of too many options. Like right now we have too many options to do a lot of stuff and we don't really know what option is good for us. And I think the awareness of what is good and what is not good for us is also a blind spot that people don't know. Lack of focus and different sectors communicating. Yeah, if you go to TikTok or if you go on Insta, everybody's giving health advice of doing this and that, and nothing is really proven. So none of them, most of the people don't hold PhDs in their sector. So I think having information thrown at you at a rapid space also confuses you what to do and what not to do. Rather than say, oh, TikTok told me to bench press, so I'm just going to have to push chest after doing that, or just eat something raw, or eat steak, eat steak raw. So yeah, I think those are the things, and yeah, I think that's all for our side. Thank you.
Great. So for homework tech people, we're going to have to think about specific platforms, information systems, verifiability, health and privacy. So I would like that conversation being carried towards more specifics now. Okay? All right, next. Ready, set, start now.
Okay. Alright, I'll try and keep this short. I can go on a little bit. Okay, so some of our bright spots, we were just talking about how many more boutique fitness spaces exist. Shifting of mindset on fitness as a whole. I think obviously us being here is evident of that. People are a lot more focused on not only their physical fitness, but their mental fitness as well, integrating the two. The shift obviously from medical 1.0, 2.0 to now what we're seeing 3.0. Reframing perspective on aging, so some of those self-limiting beliefs, self-advocacy, people really believing that they can actually improve their quality of life. Content creation, sharing of information, which we also did agree is also can be an obstacle, so we put that kind of in both. Technology, scaling, which I think you guys mentioned as well. The holistic integration and openness to vulnerability. A lot more people are sharing kind of what they're going through with their mental health issues. So.
And for obstacles, yeah, as you mentioned, misinformation. It's amazing that we have so much information, but there's a lot of it that is misinformation. This was actually something that Julie brought up a while ago, I don't know if you remember, but outsourcing intuition, where it's so easy for us to try to seek externally what's wrong with us, and a lot of the times we can figure out what is wrong with us by connecting to ourselves. Burnout, limiting beliefs. I think a lot of this actually goes to one of the key points, which is flawed cultural norms. Like it's so easy for us to, let's say if we get injured, we go to a hospital instead of seeing what else happens. Go to the hospital, they say this is wrong, go see a physio, as you're mentioning, and then from there they're like, okay, I feel bad again. Instead of me going back to physio, I'm just gonna go back to the hospital again. So like the way our culture deals with a lot of these things, I think creates a lot of these issues. And then I'm gonna force myself to not ramble on this, but I also think one of the biggest issues in our society is we normalize comfort over discomfort, and that creates so many other issues in our lives where humans are hardwired to go against adversity so that we can build ourselves, but then we get mad that we can't build ourselves when we just focus on being comfortable. So yeah, obstacles. And current examples, I guess I'll finish up here. We just named some key players in the game: Peter Tia, Dr. Andrew Huberman, Dr. Vonda Wright. There's a really cool person named Julian Ho as well. And yeah, that's what we got. You can. Woo!
I'll do the time from here, Julian.
Okay.
3 minutes, eh?
Yep.
Okay, so we are the social innovation group. Sorry, I just have to find my time. customers, it's on track. Some of the bright spots really where we were starting off on was these spaces for collaboration, these types of social groups, to really bring together this openness of the idea to multimodalities, and so that we're not siloed within our own sectors, not siloed within our own systems. These spaces for the holistic understanding towards health and wellness, so that those ideas can really flourish and collaborate together. The time and timelessness actually, are you able to speak to that? Yeah, I'll speak to this.
Yeah, we mentioned time as being a fear-based factor. I don't have the time, and they panic. Where we discussed in the beginning, timelessness. Like we're doing it right now. We are feeding into again what we do here right now with our health collectively, in this community we're building, is 7 generations back and 7 generations forward. So there's a sense of timelessness, even though I think we all struggle with time and being out of time or short of time. We actually have time on our side.
Yeah, I really appreciate that concept of time and timelessness. And then finally, for bright spots, having folks in your life to do that demonstration and embodiment of, working against these downstream and restrictive systems. Everybody here in this room and Julia's bringing this together, really demonstrating and living these ideals and seeing that embodiment of it in real life. Some of these obstacles to innovating and making these changes is also the need for this, or the reality of intersecting of different systems. To make one change within one system, you need folks to collaborate, you need those changes to happen across different sectors. And that system right now is reactive, of course, and then the burnout and resistance to change that live with each of those systems, and of course how that makes it difficult to collaborate and really share those ideas and bring that forward. Fear, lack of support, short staff of the different systems, and then for examples, community spaces, Beacon, of course, Man Camp, places that look at holistic wellness such as Othership, Our Thrive, Holistic Connections, and then some Float Valley, and some other more community spaces like libraries and farmers markets that are really keeping that community at the heart and the center of their work and bringing folks together. And I think, libraries really have that space to allow for social innovation as they're changing alongside communities.
I think,
Business crew.
Everybody. Okay, so we are a business group, which means we have to create a business model that makes money. So when you think about the bright spots, the obstacles, and the blind spots, a lot of them are vision related. So I may go back and forth a couple of times just to underscore the point. So a couple of bright spots that we've seen is that within the corporate world, within a lot of companies, a wellness platform has developed. Some of you may even work in companies where this exists, sort of the expanded elements of the PAP programs. Even some companies are offering one-on-one coaching, which is amazing. So obviously the companies can afford it, and they've done the ROI to show that this is working and helping their productivity and their retention. Government subsidies, we've seen the child care benefits would contribute to lowering your stress because your child is in good hands and it's affordable for you. Hybrid workplaces that really focus on living harmoniously in your life. That's a new way to describe balance. Having a social agenda, like innovation that is really promoting the social good, and there's real authenticity around that. I mean, I'll just, we're tight for time, but I was in the corporate world when ESG became a big thing, but nobody really got into it. They didn't believe it, they weren't committed to it. It was just a way, have a relationship with Gen Z who cared about things like that. And then they realized that it wasn't really making money, so they sold it. But having a social agenda in a lot of places, like trying to build sustainable workplaces, the building industry, like it's for good. The ingenuity of new businesses, I mean, even some of you are working in spaces that are so amazing. I mean, real innovation is about opening up new categories. It's not about just extending same old, same old. So, breath work, taking sound baths, places like Othership, like they are really pushing the agenda into new and exciting wellness spaces. And of course, we've talked about technology, where we can really take hold and really own our own health metrics and manage those. So those are all great bright spots. Some of the obstacles to even some of the bright spots is just getting all elements of the community, including government, corporations, working together in the same direction, right? Because something can only be sustainable if it has scale within the community. Having capital, I mean, that's an obvious one, but just raising enough money to be able to make the business profitable, getting the government to align, not only an agenda, but also with support. Sometimes they make it so gated, it's impossible to even get alignment with the government in terms of where you're going. There's a lot of regulatory red tape. Lack of engagement just from people in general. Like I love what someone said over here is that not everybody really cares about their health, or they think it's someone else's problem. Like, well, if I get sick, I'll just go to the hospital and I'll be taken care of. It's because it's hard to make an effort and to get better. We like to be comfortable. I mean, that's just a given in human nature. And then there's the education piece. Yes, right, time? Okay, so blind spots, advocacy, education, accessing alternative medicines, especially for lower income people, that's hard. Existing resources, like just building awareness of them, where are they? And also, again, assuming that everyone does care about wellness. But more on that later. Thank you.
Last but not least, our medicine group. Ready, set, go.
Should I hold this up?
You want me to hold this?
Yeah, hi everyone. So some of the bright spots that we spoke about spans from medical research, therapeutics, as well as what's happening in the hospital space. So some of the things that we spoke about is gene therapy. We know that we have a lot more resources now with in terms of gene therapy. We have like CRISPR, gene editing. We have access to genomic databases. We also spoke about medical protocols. We have access to greater access to that. We spoke about kinase modulation and use of PROTACs in neurodegenerative and in cancer research. We spoke about how Ozempic is changing not just the the livelihoods of people, but also it's helping in like knee surgery. We spoke about nerve transfers. That's really cool within the plastic surgery world. We spoke about how stem cells are becoming more and more common. Some of the blind spots we spoke about was access to healthcare, not having access to a family doctor or not being able to see a specialist until you're at the last breath. We also spoke about how often people look for quick fixes when it comes to healthcare rather than a more preventative method. We spoke about mindset and health literacy. So how people's mindsets can be tied into health literacy and how to improve people's mindsets related to healthcare. We also spoke about a disconnect between what people want from healthcare and what healthcare is able to provide. The current healthcare system or the hospital system can provide at the moment. We spoke about something that I found was very profound, which is power to patients. So really giving patients the power to determine how they want healthcare to be provided to them.
We also spoke about conscious and unconscious awareness of what is healthy or what can be provided or how to prevent disease before, we're at that point where we need to go get treatment. But yeah, thank you.
Sweet. Need to rush us through this final process because it is so integral and important to mind mesh and put it on paper like this. But we did it. We did it. Yes. I really thank you all so much for entrusting in Beacon and my approach to gathering in terms of modern networking. I hope that this high level of interaction and activity-based networking was fulfilling, was enthralling, and was something that maybe next week when someone asks, what lights you up? Oh, it was that Beacon event. And that continues to ripple into the rest of your snowy winter days. As you know, we're slowly but surely gaining momentum, traction, and understanding how these processes can work and how to better facilitate. So for me, coming back to facilitating a group of 30 of us from like 7 years ago is gonna take some time to grease and get going. But we're gonna send afterwards, maybe tomorrow, feedback form so that you can give me more suggestions on how we can design a really thorough and fulfilling experience just like this, because the plan for next year is a curriculum of these events. And not only a curriculum of events, but how can we take from our learnings and what we've written down and actually put them into practice. It's not about starting from scratch, it's about using existing systems that are out there and bringing the spotlight onto them. So supporting the businesses and the services that you have mentioned that are the bright spots is really key. Your vote comes from your dollar and how you spend, not only the dollar, but your time and attention and energy. So content is king as well. So what you share, what you put out to your communities is really valuable. So we really ask that you share some of the captures of today. Thank you to James for videoing over there. Thanks to Claire for bringing her photography skills with that group photo. I want to give thanks to volunteers and kids and River. River has taken off. Thanks to our captains for leading and facilitating. And then thanks to my team, our 3 main guys right now. We've got Tyler, tech guy, he's retiring right now. We've got Abby here, who's going to be helping build out our headquarters. We're currently looking into leasing space so we can have these events and these social hubs in an actual headquarters space, so 4 walls contained. And also we have Hassan, who's the back end of it, helping keeping me organized as well. So a lot more to be said on our WhatsApp group and through the Luma page. So would really encourage you to continue on these conversations and put some of this stuff into action. But at the same time, let's let it seep in, let it marinate. This was a lot for all of us, a lot for me. So in that last final bit, let's close our eyes. And take a deep breath in. And sigh it out with a smile. Moment of gratitude. Okay, open your eyes and turn to the next person beside you. Give them a fist bump, a little high five to the other person. Thank you all so much for coming to Mastermind number 2. You guys are cohort number 2. We're going to continue expanding. And there's more to come. So would love for you to help out with cleanup and setup for the next event, because we are definitely over time. We got to get out of here by 5. And please fill out your bingo cards, maybe off.
in your life outside.
If you guys want to pull the chair,
Yeah, let's do that.